I'll never forget the sound the door made when I kicked it open. It wasn't just wood splintering against a lock. It was the sound of something inside me breaking clean in two. The first thing my eyes locked on was Brianna, my fiancée, the woman I had been planning to marry in less than 6 months. She wasn't just in bed. She wasn't just cheating. She was naked, down on all fours, her hair flying across her shoulders as she moaned another man's name into the sheets. Not mine. Curtis. The second thing I saw was him. Curtis, smirking at me, arrogant as hell, like he had been waiting for this exact moment. He didn't scramble for his clothes. He didn't flinch. He just looked me dead in the eye while my fiancée collapsed into panic beside him, clutching the blanket like a drowning woman grabbing driftwood. I should have swung. God knows my fists itched. But something inside me shifted in that moment. Maybe it was shock. Maybe it was rage so sharp it froze. But I didn't hit him. I didn't scream at her. I just stood there. And then slowly, without breaking eye contact, I pulled out my phone. I hit record. The red light blinked. Brianna's sobs filled the room. Curtis's smirk faltered. "You think this is funny?" I said, my voice calm. Too calm. I barely recognized it myself. "Because the second I send this, every one of your friends, your family, her family, hell, your boss, will see exactly what I saw." That smirk finally died. He shifted back, suddenly not so cocky, eyes darting from me to Brianna. "David, stop," Brianna whispered, her voice cracking. She clutched the blanket tighter, like she could somehow disappear into it. "Please. You can't." But I could. And she knew it. I took one step into the room, keeping my phone raised. The power shifted instantly. For the first time that night, I wasn't the broken man who had walked in on his fiancée cheating. I was the executioner, and the gallows was sitting right there in my hand. "Here's how this goes," I said, steady. "You don't tell anyone you've seen me. You don't try to twist this into some story about me being crazy, obsessive, violent. Because if you do, this video goes out. If either of you so much as breathes wrong, it goes out." Curtis's jaw tightened. He looked like he wanted to call my bluff. But then he glanced at the blinking red light again and stayed silent. Brianna, meanwhile, broke down. The tears, the begging, the apologies all spilled out in one incoherent mess. But I didn't care. For years, I had bent over backwards for her. Paid her tuition when she was short. Covered rent when her job didn't pull enough hours. Planned a wedding that was supposed to be her dream. And now this was what she gave me in return. I let the silence hang long enough for her sobs to fill the air. Then I pocketed the phone. "You'll hear from me," I said simply, and walked out. The night air hit me like a slap. I got into my car, hands shaking against the wheel, and sat there for a long time. My chest was tight, like every breath scraped against glass. Part of me wanted to drive off a bridge. Another part wanted to storm back in there and beat Curtis until he couldn't smirk again. But I didn't. I drove. No destination, just the road stretching in front of me. I must have gone 50 miles before I